Yesterday, KP published a piece over on Democratic Underground that I thought was it was just brilliant. It's an op-ed that was written by a guy named Thom Hartmann. He's a retired computer programmer down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it was published in the local newspaper. And it was like, wow, a little moment of sanity. Just a little moment of sanity here. I want to share this with you because it was so well written and so I should share it rather than telling you about it. I should tell it. He writes, sometimes sex is not about procreation. Outlawing abortion is just a bad idea. He says, I'm an old man who's probably already had his last sex, but that doesn't mean I'm turned against it. In my mind, sex is the best it gets. It's fun, good exercise, and free. Most importantly, it's life's most spectacular form of intimacy. Think of music. Think of poetry. People are going to have sex. We humans love to make love. Of course, sometimes procreation is what it's all about, but that's only sometimes. Most of the time, the main point of sex is joy, communication, passion. Is there something wrong with embracing someone like your life depended on it? Sometimes in that embrace, by mistake or bad luck or carelessness, we create a fetus. In a desired pregnancy, common sense says that fetus is a wondrous miracle. In an unwanted pregnancy, common sense says that fetus is the equivalent of a bulldozer falling on a couple's head. All my life, he writes, this is, again, Thom Hartmann from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he says, all my life I've known the difference between a fetus and a baby. Now I'm being told there's no difference. That's a distortion of words and an error. The foundation of a house is not a beloved home. A 3-month-old fetus is not a baby. Having a kid shouldn't be a surprise assignment from God. Raising a kid is a 21-year project that's going to take up all of the parents' resources. Even then, it might never be finished, and pushing people into parenthood is bad business. And then he wraps it up with this just very nice little summary. He says, sex is beautiful. God did give it to us. We should not be asking every man and woman every time they enjoy this gift to be wagering on a lifelong obligation to raise a child. The abortion alternatives comes from our friend, science. It is not the enemy. What a straightforward and thoughtful, and I believe it's still on Democratic Underground on their, let me just check here. No, I guess it's scrolled off now, but it was up there most of the day yesterday. But, you know, pretty straightforward stuff, which leads me to wonder out loud, and, you know, love to get your thoughts on this. Is the war on abortion, you know, I get that, you know, there's religious ideology at work here, and there's this notion of when life begins. How much of it is about that, and how much of it is just about people who think that you shouldn't have sex, you shouldn't have fun, it should be limited for having babies? Sometimes I think that puritanical streak is like the largest part of America. And other times I think, oh, no, it's just got to be a fringe. And, you know, but now we've got a religious fringe that is running our country with regard to sex and abortion and things like that. And now birth control. Now you've got Clarence Thomas saying, hey, you know, we think that we should overturn Griswold, the Griswold v. Connecticut case from 1965, I think it was, where they ruled that it was legal for a married couple, finally, to have condoms in their house. Now, it wasn't until 1972 that the Supreme Court ruled that single people could have condoms in their house. Seriously.